This is David and Francine Wheeler, Sandy Hook grieving parents who lost their precious child at the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, the biggest school shooting in United States history. There he is blubbering, and here they are showing off the framed photo of their fictional, imaginary child who didn't really die at Sandy Hook. I'm going to show you the official version, then I'm going to blow it out of the water. You're not going to believe this.
This morning from Newtown, Connecticut, a special edition of This Week. Tragedy at the elementary school.
They had their entire lives ahead of them. Birthdays,
wipe away the fake tear. Wipe your tear. Fake tear. Good job.
And ask, why?
This was not God's plan. This was a man who has serious issues in his life.
And now, as America grieves, how should our leaders respond? What can all of us do to stop this senseless violence?
I know what we can do, George Stephanopoulos. We can surrender our firearms to make these traitors happy. That's what we can do. We can surrender our whole country and give up, because that's what they want us to do. They're going to tug at our heartstrings now. Let me show you how they're working you through the media, the paid liars in the mainstream media. Let's get emotionally involved before I destroy these guys.
We lost our son, Benjamin, the morning of December 14th, to an unstable, suicidal individual who had access to a weapon that has no place in a home.
So they're setting up the mental health
right
laws.
Now, professionals in every area pertaining to this crime, from mental health to parenting to school safety, are unable to connect the necessary dots to prevent this from happening again.
So all the experts are too stupid to figure it out, but these crooks are going to solve it.
A far more comprehensive system of identifying and monitoring individuals in mental distress is required. It needs to be implemented. At-risk individuals must be identified and continually assessed.
The government's going to spy on
by capable mental health professionals in a way that leaves their dignity and their self-respect intact. Most importantly, databases of accurate information must be leveraged to allow identification of where the two issues of mental health and firearms ownership intersect.
So now they're going to call everybody crazy.
There is
and
no
take
reason
away their
that
guns,
firearms
and it's all
registrations
be in a big database.
Can't capture important data on all members of a household. They should be renewed regularly to allow for the fact that one's mental and emotional state may change over time. Thank you.
You hear that? They want data on all your family members if you own a gun. This is how they're going to strip guns from everybody. So naturally, Obama takes these guys on the gun grab roadshow to lobby Congress. Obama picks them up on the tarmac. That's Air Force One, the staircase in the background. That's Obama and the Wheelers. Okay? David Wheeler and Francine Wheeler with Obama. There's Obama's limo. Obama walks them up the stairs in violation of lobbying laws. These are paid lobbyists. These are not real parents of real victims. These are frauds. These are actors to disarm you. Obama flies them on Air Force One to Washington, D.C. to lobby Congress. Top of the screen in yellow, David Wheeler, movie actor. Obama steps aside so David Wheeler can exit Air Force One. This is completely illegal. These are phonies. These are frauds, as we're about to see. Here's a clip from the documentary. Okay, we need to talk about Sandy Hook. They sum it up, and then we're going to get into blowing the lid off this after this clip.
Francine Lobis Wheeler, mother of alleged victim Ben Wheeler, is a former personal assistant to the finance chairwoman of the Democratic Committee, Maureen White. Both Maureen White and her husband, Stephen Ratner, are members of the Council on Foreign Relations. And Ratner is known to have, quote, ruffled feathers with gun control advocate Michael Bloomberg, unquote, according to the New York Times. Francine is an actor and a singer who has performed such amazing hits as Jumping to Conclusions, Nicky Nicky Knock Knock, and I Can't Tie My Shoes.
Jumping to conclusions, jumping to conclusions, hopping up and down and calling paper cuts contusions.
Wave your hands in the air, shake them like you didn't care.
I tell you all in earnest, I don't have to tie
She also starred in the animated porn Mutant Aliens in 2001 as the voice of Josie. Her husband David is also an actor. He ironically starred in the dark gun film Faithful in 2001. Both can be seen lobbying for gun control in various mainstream media interviews. In fact, Francine became the first person other than Obama or Vice President Biden to deliver the White House's weekly address.
As you've probably noticed, I'm not the president. I'm just a citizen. And as a citizen, I'm here at the White House.
As many media pundits have claimed that the Sandy Hook characters were not actors or entertainers. Yet throughout the past 2 years, independent researchers have proved otherwise. And despite their claim that the Sandy Hook event would not define them, the Sandy Hook characters have virtually given up their day job and attained a full-time lobbying position. From Delaware to Illinois to Arizona, the Sandy Hook parents have traveled the country promoting their agendas.
Here they come, making the rounds of the talk shows, okay?
David and Francine Wheeler, I'm grateful to you for being here with me.
Thank you.
The Sandy Hook promise says this time there will be change, but there was no change after Columbine, Virginia Tech, Aurora, or Arizona. How many more deaths is it going to take before change happens?
Now I got 2 more clips here for you to soak up the BS.
Hopefully none, but that's not realistic.
Soak in the BS.
This is going to happen
It's
again.
going to happen again because these shootings are fake.
And
Feel your heartstrings being tugged. Feel this guy playing you.
the number of deaths at the end of a gun since Ben was killed is an astonishing number. So
We got 2 more clips to show you how they're all in it together.
what we're trying to do in our small way
We're going to blow the lid off it.
is approach this in a way that it's never been approached before.
Approach it in a way it's never been approached before. In other words, the government's hiring actors to scam you and betray you and psych you out and scam you out of your guns. They are waging psychological warfare against American citizens to disarm you and your family. That's the new approach he's referring to.
One thing that I think is clear with young people and with adults as well is that we just have to be repetitive about this. It's not enough to simply have a catchy ad on a Monday and then only do it every Monday. We need to do this every day of the week and just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way. And just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way. Brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way.
On a very special Super Soul Sunday, they are Ben Wheeler's mom and dad, and I believe they are 2 great spiritual teachers. Will lift you up, elevate your spirit, help you see your own life differently.
I'm not done being Ben's father because of this.
For Super Soulers everywhere, this incomparable hour is especially for all of us.
Super Soul Sunday.
So Oprah Winfrey just told us that these are spiritual teachers, these criminals, these frauds, these traitors. We are now going to destroy this official story of this phony David Wheeler, this actor and his actor wife, Francine Wheeler. Nobody died at Sandy Hook. Ready? Keep your eyes peeled.
The worst grade school shooting in U.S. history, at least 27 dead, 20 children, 7 adults, including the principal. And the gunman killed himself.
So I was looking around at news coverage online, and I started to see this photo. You see this photo? Does anyone in that photo look familiar? That's CNN, okay? Here's Connecticut Post. Same photo, credited Chloe Poisson, McClatchy Tribune News Service. Connecticut Post, published the day of the phony shooting, okay? 8:42 p.m. Houston Chronicle, same photo, okay? Does this guy look familiar? Does this guy ring any bells? Winnipeg Free Press for our friends up in Canada. Does this guy ring any bells? This guy? Associated Press, same photo. Credited Chloe Poisson. Here's the photo, okay? McClatchy Tribune. Look at this guy. Who's in the middle? It's the Three Musketeers. Who's the guy in the middle, folks? That's right. Hi, Dave. What's shaking? How's it going? Hiding in plain sight all this time. Okay? There he is. David Wheeler. Played 2 roles at Sandy Hook. Role on the left, SWAT team, FBI. Role on the right, grieving father. Here's the photo. He's running around with 2 rifles. He's got a camo sniper rifle and a black AR. Okay? Here's another photo of him. Adjusting his helmet, sunglasses. Let's zoom in. David Wheeler, same actor, phony father of the phony fictional Benjamin Wheeler, who did not die. Here's the original photo we looked at, okay? Now, pay attention. I'm going to describe what he's wearing so you can spot him in some footage. I want you to pay attention to his helmet, his sunglasses. His long sleeve, light brown shirt is lighter than his green vest. Look at the flap hanging down in front of his crotch, the bulletproof flap. He's the only guy that I see in news footage with that hanging off his bulletproof vest. So you're going to be able to spot that, okay? You're going to be able to spot him at a distance with the shirt, the long sleeve shirt, light brown, and that flap, okay? Keep an eye for David Wheeler. Here he is. Where does guns go? I don't know. He had 2 rifles, now he doesn't, but here it comes.
What you're about to hear could be disturbing.
The first call came in from the school secretary moments after classes started. It gives an insight into how quickly the shooter, Adam Lanza, was able to get into the secured building.
Pecan 911, what's the location of the emergency?
Sandy Hook School. I think there's somebody shooting in here. Sandy Hook School.
Okay, what makes you think that?
Because somebody's got a gun. I saw a glimpse of somebody. They're running down the hallway.
Okay.
Same clip. Keep your eyes peeled for the 3 Musketeers. 1, 2, 3. Comes around the Sandy Hook sign, looks away. Ready?
Three
Same
semi-automatic
clip. 1,
weapons,
2, Wheeler.
including a rifle.
Looks at us, sees the camera, looks away. Close in. Different network. Looks away. Does not want to be on camera. Slow motion. ABC News. Here he comes. He spots the tripod, spots the news camera, sees it. Oh, no. I don't want to be on the news. Looks away. He had to be here. Either he's blackmailed or paid or whatever, threatened. He does not want to be all over the TV news. He had to show up. He was paid to walk back and forth. He's an actor. Watch him look away. Carrying both guns. Looks away. Okay.
Begin with the latest on the investigation. With me now, Brian Ross, our chief investigative correspondent. And Brian, investigators are beginning to piece together what happened in that terrifying 10 minutes in the school.
In particular, they are focusing on the weapons used. There were 3 weapons recovered, 2 handguns and a semi-automatic assault-style rifle that the authorities believe was owned actually by Adam Lanza.
And there goes Wheeler in the middle, walking away from us. They're starting to piece together the clues in the case. In other words, they're piecing together their BS story about how this crazy kid shot up a school because his mom is a crazy Republican gun nut prepper alcoholic and had too many guns around. There goes David Wheeler in the middle, same 2 guns, same shirt. This is how they're going to do it. They're going to scam you.
This is obviously a very sensitive story, and as we report on this, we're going to try to avoid running any graphic or disturbing material out of respect for the families.
They are not skipping the graphic material out of respect for the families or to save anyone's feelings. They're skipping the graphic material in the photos because there is no graphic material. There are no photos of 27 dead people shot to smithereens laying in pools of blood. The reason there's no photos of that is because none of this ever happened. Now, why don't they just fake the photos if they're so clever? Because they could do that with JFK getting shot because it's 8mm grainy old school film. They can't do that with 1080p high resolution modern cameras. Everyone's grandmother has a cell phone. The cell phone has super high, 4 megapixel, 8 megapixel cameras. Autopsy photos are highly detailed. They are high resolution. Faking that and fooling every nurse, every doctor, every surgeon in the world while they sit at home poring over this, studying the Sandy Hook massacre, the historic massacre, studying this for decades, they're not going to be able to fool all those medical professionals with photoshopped injuries on fake dead bodies. So that's why they didn't even try. They didn't even try to fake the dead bodies, fake the autopsy photos. That's why they quote-unquote locked down the autopsy photos. Wayne Carver, the medical examiner, pushed this bill to lock everything
Last
down.
month, prosecutors released a summary of their investigation. Today, police are releasing their official file on the case, including new pictures, video, and 911 calls. This all comes just over a year since Adam Lanza forced his way into that school.
Now, here's the phony, fictional, computer-generated Photoshop boy, the boogeyman, Adam Lanza. Adam Lanza